So what should I tell you? What you want to know? What is the briefing you want? Nothing. Huh? You don't know me. Nothing was told. You were not told that who is coming. What is that who is coming? Time management. Then what else? What is that you are doing? Motivation. Everyone has got different concept of it. Okay, then what is that you got? I am not a teacher at all. I have never been a teacher. And it will come after some time. Or you come closer. I'll make much more slower. We just had meditation, right now? Yeah? Yoga. Not meditation. Yeah? Okay, my guru says he won't talk. I have a guru, Swami Vedabharati. He reduces his voice. He says the more I reduce my voice, your listening will become wrong. Now you are listening the sound of the fan because you are listening to that. So what else? What is that you don't know who I am? You don't know what is that I am going to talk? I was told that my class is from 10 to 12:30. I was here at before 10 o'clock. My briefing was also very bad. Yeah, you got that information because the mediator, the communication problem. The person Pradeep who spoke to me told that it is from 10. So I was driving from exactly 10 o'clock before 10 o'clock. Anyway, I used that 1 hour for somebody else, for a good purpose. I am basically a scientist in space department. I have never been a teacher. But I must have spoke to more than 1 lakh of teachers now. More than 5 lakhs of students. More than 2-3 lakhs of public for last 7 years. I just started teaching 2000 January. Until then I never taught. I must have taught as a student. I started teaching. My first tuition classes must be when I was first year BSc Mathematics. Teaching first year BSc Mathematics students. My own classmates used to be my students. Same college where I was studying. The principal gave permission for me to take tuition free of cost. I must have maybe many students like that. But I never became a professional teacher by definition. I was only a scientist. But during my PhD also I take tuition. Engineering college, mathematics, computer science, many. I taught accountancy also. When I finished my BSc, I taught accountancy and bookkeeping. When I finished BSc, I taught Sanskrit and Malayalam. Mrichagadikam was one Sanskrit drama which I taught first time. And I taught English. BSc, after my BSc, I was teaching parallel college in Kerala. Parallel college is one concept in Kerala, where I taught English. Then I think people accepted me more an English teacher than a mathematics teacher. Therefore, morning 7 o'clock to 11 o'clock I was teaching English in many parallel colleges parallel. Not one college. Finish one class and go to next place. And those days 1 hour was 25 rupees. That was in 1984. So 1 hour 25 rupees. Because we don't know the parallel college will exist tomorrow or not. So finish, take 25 rupees and then go to the next class. Like our basis teaching. But then recognized as a teacher's teacher when I got appointment as director for academic staff college. That was first time in India a non-academician becoming director of an academic staff college where teachers are trained. Never in India. That was third position in university in Kerala, second position in university in Andhra. Because Kerala we have got a pro vice chancellor post. Kerala we have vice chancellor is the topmost inside the university. Chancellor is higher. Vice chancellor, then pro vice chancellor. In these places there is no pro vice chancellor. So director academic staff college is the senior most academician in the institution. I happened to be there. I was the youngest academic staff college director ever in India. 53 years university set up. Never there were a non-academician. So just because of my passion in teaching. And I wrote a book in academics in 2 years. That was learning. How many of you are B.Ed passed? Okay, good. You have got pedagogy, right? No? The others may not even know the term pedagogy. You know pedagogy? Non-B.Ed people? B.Ed people know what is pedagogy, right? No? You must tell them what is pedagogy. You know that pedagogy or pedagogy? Some people in Andhra pronounce it as pedagogy. I've heard in North India also they pronounce pedagogy. Pedagogy. Okay. That is the technique of teaching. Is called pedagogy. The tool of teaching is called pedagogy. Which I have got a book on learning and teaching principles and pedagogies, not for normal classroom, but for web and internet teaching. Okay, so the class teaching can be taken as it is and then put onto computers. UGC is the core which controls higher education in India, in which UGC have got a center in Delhi which is called Consortium for Educational Communication, CEC, Consortium for Educational Communication. They are the people responsible for tele-classes. You have seen earlier when you switch on DD1, you used to get classrooms, television classrooms. They are the people who are making that television classrooms. They will record it and then transmit. And such classes are recorded. When you record and teach, that have got a different method of teaching. When you teach in the class, you have got a different style. Internet, you can take lessons now. There are virtual universities. The other day I was in Coimbatore campus to talk to MBA students. The class was not in the MBA classroom. The class was in e-learning room. There is an e-learning room, electronic learning room. What happens is, the MBA students in the Coimbatore campus are sitting in front of me, but there are 3 screens parallelly, big computer screens. And one screen I am seeing Bangalore students, another screen I am seeing students from Cochin, another students I can see from Kollam. When I am talking, I am seeing all the other campus also in front of me. And they are seeing me because there are cameras fixed. And in their classroom, they don't have me physically sitting, but in the screen, they will see me. So one is real classroom, other 3 are virtual classrooms. They can ask questions as you are asking questions. It becomes so interactive. Such classrooms are called e-learning classrooms. How do you take classes in such classroom? Is called the e-pedagogy. Okay, that is slightly different because when you teach in the class, you repeat the same concept 3-4 times. Most of the teachers are, right? We explain something, then what do? You re-explain, you don't repeat. You re-explain. There is a difference between each word is very, very powerful when it comes from it. It has got in-depth, internal, thought processed meanings inside that. Okay. Repeat means you do the same thing once again. You re-explain means you will explain in a different style. That style in beard is called, who are the beard people now? I have never learned beard, but I have taught maybe 43 beard colleges. Guest lecture in 43 beard colleges in Kerala. I make it a point whenever I go to Kerala, Hyderabad my contacts are less. Whenever I go to Kerala, I go to one beard college. So the reason is, when I speak to the teachers, I am speaking to many generations of students. True or not? When I am talking to teachers, now you are maybe going to work for next 10 years or 20 years as teachers. Because once you become teacher, you can't get any other job. It's the worst job in this world. You become unfit to any other job. In that context. The word not in this context, no, in that context. But you can't change your job. Because as a teacher, when you work for some time, you can't change into some other job. Which is having a lot of problems actually. My brother is a teacher. I have a school. My family runs a school. Which is started in 1930s. Pre-independence. One of the oldest school in my whole district. Started with LP and runs 3,000 students now. My brother was the headmaster. All my cousin brothers are teachers there. So whoever don't get any other job, take a beard and become teacher. No exaggeration. He went to an ashram to get a class. There are 400 people in that specific 3 days of workshop. 3 days of workshop. All the students were there and the guru was taking different classes. The evening give an assignment. And then next day morning, everybody was supposed to come prepared with assignments. No? So Swamiji straight came to my brother and asked, show your assignment. And he said, no, I did not do my assignment. And he came to the stage and said, I know this man will never do the exercise because he is a teacher. All others are executive people. They all work in different companies. You can't survive in a company if you don't do your homework. You can survive as a teacher without learning a single extra thing in life. Take it from me. You teach in 6th class now, you can teach in 6th class without learning anything extra. You can be a teacher till your death. But they are not called teachers, they are called cheaters. Only slight difference. Teachers are the people who won't spend a single extra penny to increase your knowledge by paying money. I am sure if I conduct an extra class from somewhere outside and ask you to come for the class, you will ask who will provide me transport, who will provide me money, whether the school will pay me for coming there, attending classes. Will you not? Will you pay from your pocket 1,000 rupees to increase your knowledge for 2 days of class? Will you pay 500 rupees for a class? I doubt. I am sure no. I am here for up to 14. I will give you how to teach perfectly well. You pay me 500 rupees per head. I will conduct full day class for next 4 days. Will you pay? I am sure all of you will drop out. But the same thing if I do in a company, I am paid 50,000 rupees for half day class. How to teach, how to marketing strategies. Not in big places. Like Chalakudi is a small city in Kerala. Iringalakuda is a small city in Kerala. They pay me with my airfare and 50,000 rupees cash in my hand. But not even a single school pay me even 100 rupees for giving classes for teachers. With pain I am telling. That is because teachers can survive as teachers without learning anything. I was running at academic staff college. There are 2 courses. One is orientation course, because After passing MSc, MPhil, PhD, you become a teacher. They never learn the technique of teaching. Do they? They don't learn, right? No? You became teachers without learning the technique of teaching. I became a teacher without learning the technique of teaching. Same. If you have an inborn depth of teaching, that's different. Somebody just become just because he don't get any other job. Why do a lecturer become a lecturer? Most of the time he don't get any other job, he opted for it. Why you think yourself, how many of you become teachers just because you have got a passion for teaching? How many of you? Many teachers who come to me in the direct trade for academic staff college, I ask them the question. Most of them come because they are open. They'll say that we don't get any other job, so we are here. Just because we get salary, if you get an option, no, we'll do something else. And we have got another course. This is orientation course. Train them how to teach. It happens, they are supposed to attend this, mandatory, that's why they are coming. Otherwise they cannot get promotion. And those people who come for these classes are after 20 years of service. Because their promotion is due. They are lecturers, then they want to become assistant professor, they need this certificate. Only at that time. Actually this course is to be done in the induction training. It's called orientation for teachers and teaching. And they come here after 20 years. Ask them, why do you come here? Just because you want to get promotion. You want to learn how to teach? And that doesn't matter. Because we are surviving for last 20 years. Salary is never cut if you are a good teacher or a bad teacher. No, government service it's like that. And I'm sure in a private institution also, get good teachers is very difficult. Engineering colleges, good teachers are very difficult. Other day when I went to MBA college, I was told by many people, sir, just say yes, you will get an appointment here as faculty. No, not good teachers are available around. It's not because I am good, because there are no good fellows, everybody can become. I did my BSc from Payyanur College, where I had a get-together after 21 years. I arranged all the students. Half of my classmates are teachers. Not the brilliant people are teachers. And the worst student become the teacher. And I have recorded the whole program was video recorded. And he says, anybody in this world is useless can become teachers. And I am the example, he said. No extra exaggeration. Exactly that word he used. He tried to become a I think the pharmaceutical executive, salesman. He failed. He tried politics. He became a clerk. Nothing could work. He became a teacher, and he is very successful. You know why you are talking to people who don't know you. When you go for marketing, customer knows much more than you. They speak to many people. They learn a lot. When you buy a fridge or when you buy a machine, you will talk to many people and the executive comes, no, you have 100 questions to ask. How many of your students will ask thrilling questions where you can't answer? Very rarely, right? No? Assume you have the most brilliant students in front of you. Can you be the brightest teacher? You will fail. A teacher is a successful teacher only when they fail to answer the question. Now when you said one or two, that means you are not doing your job. Your job is to create questions in teachers, in the students in front of you. You just give answers, you are not a successful teacher. You create questions in them, you become a successful teacher. How do you do that? I started with the pedagogy. Yeah? Don't teach subject at all. Don't teach the subject. Allow them to think on the subject. You become ambassador of your. The last week I had a counseling session for students of 10th, 11th, 12th in Delhi. After that, many students will come for counseling. One of the students, the parents paid 1 lakh rupees for MBBS coaching center for 2 years. 1 lakh rupees is the course fee. Extra after that school hours. 2 o'clock the session is over, class sessions are over, come home, eat 4 o'clock to 8 o'clock, 4 hours per day. In 2 years, 1 lakh. You get 40 students in front of you. If you are a good teacher, you can make 40 lakhs. Why you are not doing it? Because you cannot, you are not good. That's the only reason. Why I am not doing it? I am not good. Otherwise I will do that business. No? Right, sir? And that student, +1 is over. Now she says, I don't want to do MBBS. The parents lost not 50,000, 1 lakh. Because 1 year and 2 years makes no difference. And the parents are in trouble. So parents came to me. Mother is a joint secretary in biotechnology department. Father is a senior executive in a private company. They have rich. They are not worried about the money. But convince this child to somehow continue. We asked a few questions. It just shows the teacher is not good. Therefore, I don't want to continue in the class. Even teachers are not good. They can make money. What is that you are doing? I had lot of interest in biology, and therefore I joined for the class. Now I feel what they are teaching is not biology. They are just trimming me for writing examination. I lost all interest in biology. So a teacher can make, and I asked, why did you like biology? So many questions asked, I understood. The 10th class biology teacher was so good, therefore she started liking biology. The 10th class maths teacher was very bad, so I hate mathematics. You ask any student, this will be the answer they give, including me. Why I like mathematics is I have a wonderful mathematics teacher in my 10th class. That's the only difference with me. That was the biggest blunder probably I did it. So, once you like one teacher, they like the subject. That is how the students are. Okay? So what is the capacity of a teacher? Making the student interested in the subject which you are teaching. Let it be any subject. If you are a good teacher, they will love that. And the students should be totally confused at the time of 10th class. They must love maths, they must love English, they must love every subject, must be favorable to them. And how do you make them? You are the ambassador. You are the marketing your subject. When it will happen? Only when you love your subject. So happened, I went to a B.Ed college in Kerala. It's a Malayalam B.Ed. I asked them about some Malayalam poets. Nothing, no interest at all. They have no interest in that subject. Just because they happen to be in that. It happens at the postgraduate level also. I was speaking to Shankaracharya University Kaladi MPhil students. He said, what is that you want? Want to do research? No, we don't want to do research. While MPhil, you must have a thrill for doing research. When you do MA, you must have a thrill for doing MPhil. By 10th class, you must have a thrill for learning for 11th and 12th. The higher education thrill should come. If that is not there, the life is useless. How do you generate that? That is why the styles in teaching. Depends on the style in which you teach. The students have got interest in that. So when you read, I just started from that word, re-explain. What do? You are trying to motivate the students think. When you are giving some information, the first information is given. Automatically this capability all of us have. All of us are teachers by birth. Then you look at face. Then you know that this student did not understand what I said. Automatically your thought process will happen. You know that this student did not understand, this student understood it. Okay, why did he or she understand you? Because your style of teaching matches with the style of learning of the student. That's the only difference. You understood? The way you tell, the way they are accustomed in learning matches. It may be a story time. You are telling a story and therefore some kids will like story, therefore they like it. Some students will not like stories. They want facts. Just definition. Give me that. No stories. Okay? Then what do? You change your style automatically and you tell in some other way. Generally people of science have got a different style of learning. What is that style called? Weird knowledge. Discovery learning. Heard of this? Discovery style in learning. They always have a discovery learning. You give a triangle and then cross it and say some similar triangles have got. The time you say similar triangles, no, they have discovered it. They have seen on the picture. And they have a question whether this angle is equal to this angle. They start asking themselves. They start discovering. Right now? When you explain something, before explaining, you start drawing the figure in the class, they start thinking. They have questions in themselves. They start discovering the answer by themselves. That's why it's called a discovery. In discovery, what happens is you just keep it blank for some time, they start asking questions. You don't even have to ask questions. No, they will have questions. Whether they ask outside or internally they are asking depends on the freedom which you give in the class. If you give more freedom, they will ask more questions. So if you give freedom, they start asking questions. Then derive. Do you think everybody will ask? One or two will ask. The rest of them, they are people who likes only stories. They are people who likes only, and you can't do it in every subject. Assume I am teaching somebody, take an example, no, I am teaching somebody how to repair a scooter. Discovery style, if I start teaching them, they will start removing all the plugs and nothing will come out, right? No, you must have step by step procedure. Remove this plug, remove this screw, remove, that's what is called? What's it called in style of teaching? Okay, there are styles of teaching, learn this, okay? Inductive, deductive, then when I say it's like, I can sing well only when Yeshuda's cassette is playing. Right? Inductive, deductive, descriptive. It's not there, I'm just making joke. Charts from inductive to discovery. Learn the style, okay? And identify which style you are. For which subject, which style is good. Each student has their own style. And you become a good teacher when your style matches with the student's learning style. And in the classroom, you automatically change it. But the most creative student always look for discovery style of learning. And the most creative teachers are teachers who make them to think. If you just give them, it can be done in languages, it can be done in science, not necessarily in one subject you do this. Social studies also you can do. Geography teaching, you can take history inside, maths inside, English teachers can take different topics inside, all that is good. No difference. Subject wise you can't categorize them. But these techniques are only a systematic, theoretical learning. But in the classroom, every teacher mix these styles. They start mixing this one. Even while telling a story, they will stop in the middle and ask you, what could be the next? So what is that you are doing? An inductive or deductive. Deductive is you will tell a story and deduce the dharma. This story moral is this. That's a deduction. And therefore, you can even there, you stop there and then ask. Then they will start giving suggestions. That suggestion become a discovery. Okay? So in teaching, you have different principles. I think you should share these and learn. Teachers should attend other teachers' class also. Generally, when the class is not there, what do? Sit in the staff room and paradoshanam, kunishta, kubuddhi, start talking something else. Why not sit in the class of other teachers and learn how to teach? No? Is it that bad? When I was the director of academic staff college, every time when the class runs, I will be there in the class. As a director, I never supposed to sit in the class, but I sit there. Because I never became a teacher. There are colleges also, the worst teachers class also I will sit. And my companies used to ask, why you are sitting, it's so boring. Yeah. I wanted to suffer in the class. Therefore, I know how suffering will have, when I became a bad teacher in my life. Because my idea was to become a teacher when I was a student. I wanted to become a teacher. I could not. That's a big failure of that. So when you sit in somebody's class, you know that how bad I am. And this teacher is so good. So you feel improved. Analysis comes only when you suffer. Or when you are getting a wonderful class and you think, I should emulate this teacher. You have forgotten your younger teachers. Or when you were younger age, the expectation of a teacher was entirely different. So you must have sessions. How many teachers of yourself can teach the same class which I am telling you? I am sure each one of you can take a better class than me. How to improve our teaching? Do you take classes for yourself? Do you discuss that any time? You ask marketing fellows. They will take their own class. Their experience is being shared. They have sessions. Every month they have get-together. They will start describing, this experience I had when I went to this client. What for? So tomorrow I will not have this. And the worst teacher is the teacher who is the most strict teacher. If some teachers are strict, that means they are the most useless teachers. They must be thrown out of school, I am telling. A teacher who is never liked by the students are not good. Let them be the most brilliant teachers. No. Useless. Most useless teacher. There was a question asked, I don't know which website, from internet, somebody asked me a question on the last teacher's day. Who is the best teacher according to you? I just gave, this is Monday. When all your students tell that means you are the best. The students should tell, it's Monday, I have a class today. If the student says that, it's Monday, that means you are the worst teacher. Right? No? Your students must tell, they must remember you. I will give one exercise for you. Just for a moment, close your eyes. And think of one teacher, only one teacher in your life who influenced you. Or whom you remember. You must have done LKG, UKG were not there those days. First class to 10th class, 12th, maybe graduation after that, then B.Ed. So many teachers you have seen. Just think of one teacher. Open your eyes and tell me whom you have in your mind. Who is the teacher who have in your mind now? Nobody is there. Answer, Amma. This is how your class runs. Are you a teacher? Philosophy teacher. Who is with your teacher? Okay. Who is math teacher? What is your subject? Maths only. What is that you are teaching now? It's as simple as that. Which class it was? 7th class. 7th class teacher influence, right? And after that, how many teachers you must have met? How many teachers you have seen? But you forgot all of them. Only one teacher. Why? Because she is the Hindi, she or he. Is it because they are the most brilliant fellow? Tell me the reason now. I'm not worried about who. Why? Why math teacher? Because he is the most brilliant teacher? Eh? He made the subject interesting. Making interesting doesn't mean they are the brilliant fellows. Right now? What else? What are the qualifications? They like you. Therefore you like them. Right now? And how many of you like your students? How many of you know? See, I have a maths teacher, O. Kunyakrishnan. He retired long back. Even after retiring, he was in my school. Even after retiring, he teaches in the same school. Not for money. And when he goes for some, let's say government paid. No? So when he goes for refresher course, the form has to be filled. I don't take English. The form has to be filled up. When the form asks basic, he doesn't know his basic salary. He doesn't know his basic salary. This is what happened. And some other master says, no, sir, tell me what. He writes something. Yeah. So he writes his basic. Some number is written. He's a math teacher who doesn't remember his basic salary. When I go to him, he never knows what qualification I have, where I am working, how many kids I have, what my wife is doing, where I am staying. He don't bother. He starts speaking now. See, when you are in 8th class, you made a mistake on quarterly exam like this. Then I corrected that. I told you, and then half yearly, you performed perfectly well. Yeah. Now a similar student is there in my class now, and he starts talking about the present class, how his students are performing, and he remembers after maybe 25 years, 30 years back student. Still he remembers 30 years back how I performed. I don't even remember. The teachers are teachers, they remember the students. That's the beauty. And how do you make them to remember? You must be exceptionally good, right? You are exceptionally good, your students will become exceptionally good. You just do your job and then get out of the place. Don't. Very difficult. So what is essentially required is you must love your students, understand them. The brilliant student does not require any coaching. They don't care. The teachers are good or bad, they will become brilliant. The worst student, no teachers can make them best. The mediocres are the real people who want your guidance. And you can make a lot of difference because nearly almost all the 80%, 90% are the medium students. And you can make differences. And they all look upon you. They are all the role models, you are the role model for them. They must feel that I must become a teacher like you. How can you impress them? Now come to this question. How can you impress them? What are the techniques which you can use to impress them? I recently went to a school. Oh, wonderful. I have not seen such a school. Each school become a different experience for me. Last before that Tuesday. Today's Monday, no? Last before that Tuesday, I was in Bal Bharati School, Pitampura. You must see the website. BBS Pitampura. Bal Bharati School, Pitampura. 7:40 the class starts. And I am of the habit generally reach any place where I am invited 10 minutes, 15 minutes early. So I was there 7:25. 7:25 there is a waiting place. Many people are sitting around. I thought parents waiting for meetings, principal. Exactly 7:25 the mission was there. And that all these people started running, slapping their card and then voting. All our teachers. They're all sitting there, the mission to come. Almost all of them. A lot of big crowd. 120, 130 teachers waiting for the mission to on. The time the mission is on, they slapped and went inside. And the principal came, 7:35. I went to his cabin. And 7:35, the clerk comes. The clerk or PA or I don't know. Some lady came and then gave the absentee list. The teacher's absentee list is ready because all of them swapped. 7:35 the print is out. So 7:30 to 7:35 the teacher's entry time. 5 minutes everybody should enter. Students have got a different entry. Teachers have got only one entry where they have to swap. And attendance is ready. And who can be the substitute? Because there are extra teachers and their names are also automatically prints. And the principal swaps. No, this don't put them here, that put them here, put them here. Only 2 arrow marks and then give them. And I asked, what is that you are doing? So this shows the absentees because attendance is taken automatically. The list is ready, no confusion. And who have to be given? The extra teacher who does not have classes also comes in the print. And I have to only assign them who, in which class they have to go to entertain them. And then the principal, there is a director in the school and there is a principal there. And that was the lady. And the director took my biodata and gave it to the principal and said, he is going to talk. He is the invitee today. He is going to talk to our students today for the assembly. The biodata is ready, print out. Then I asked, I have not given you the biodata. We have found it out from the internet. We have searched the internet and we got the biodata. And I asked what topic I have to talk to them. I never asked what topic I have to talk. I was asking what topic I never asked them also what topic I have to talk. Do you want me to tell now or at the venue? I said, doesn't matter, at the venue is enough. And he went, no. And he said, I have seen his biodata, therefore I know what are all the topics he can talk. He was just asking me what topic I have to talk. I said, I will not tell here, I will tell the venue. Now it's left to him, he can talk on any topic. So you study in advance and you know the student's quality will be entirely different. The whole academic institution have got a different standard. They have got horse riding inside, swimming inside, golf inside. The whole school is active at 7:30. Everybody is active. The teachers are active. You must see a more agile, vigilant, everybody is with energy, lot of energy around. The time my class was over, I went in a taxi. The teacher who called me went with tea, coffee to the taxi driver. Arrangement was so good. Why I am trying to say is, the energy of an institution depends on the energy of the teachers. It matters, the head of the institution matters. I remember I was in Cochin University. We had a NCERT director Gopalan as the vice chancellor. When he drives inside, he stops the car there. There may be the BD's piece, the casual laborer who must have used it and then put the half there. He picks up the half and then put it in the nearest chowkidar's pocket. If it happens to be a clerk, he puts in the clerk's pocket and says, you cannot ignore this. He says you cannot ignore this. That means head of the institution cannot make the things clean. It's everybody's responsibility to keep the institution clean. If you don't do that, your students also imbibe the same quality. If assume you become a student of such a place, in your life, how much change you will have? Right now? So there has to be a drive and there has to be a combined effort to run. I was guiding some teachers for the science exhibition competition you have now. Children's Science Congress. I went to some of those schools to provide some projects few years back. Then some teachers came and asked me the science project, asked me what project our students can prepare. I said to prepare a India map. Science teachers, I said prepare an India map. And then depend on the height you make a projected, what is it called? Geography teachers. Project the place according to the topography. It's called a topography. Okay, you make a topographical map, and then each place, assume you have Kerala, put a lot of coconut husk you put there. Wherever you have rice, wherever you have tea plantation more, you put tea there, and then provide a commercial, geographical, agricultural all the teams inside that and then make a thematic topographic map. What for? Take it to a blind school and show them, touch and feel. And take photograph of the students feeling. Ask them to draw the India map beforehand. Show this, ask them to redraw the India map and show how effectively you can teach the blind students by showing such models. This was the project given. It happened to be a chemistry teacher. Chemistry teacher says, no, this project is not good yet. I said, you can't say this is not good. It is not good because you are a chemistry teacher. It is good if I tell a geography teacher. I don't know whether I am talking to geography teachers or chemistry teachers. I am talking to a school. Right now, the principal should reassign the job to geography. But it is science congress, how geography teachers can involve. It is art. No? Is there a difference between arts and science? Is there a difference between arts and science? Mathematics is arts or science? My son is doing BSc Economics. My son is doing BSc Economics. Psychology is called MA. We learn lot of pathology inside that. Medicine has to be learned inside psychology. How do you call it as MA? These are all names. If you can add differences, then your MA become MSc or BA become BSc, right? No? So there is no compartment telling this is good, this is bad, this subject is good, this subject is bad. These are all we who create this. Because we are not good, we say that is bad. No? For me, English is the best subject. Mathematics is very good. Physics is wonderful. Chemistry is that better. Any subject has got its own. Each student should get, if the teachers have got this compartmentalization, then the student also will become that. In 10th class, assume a student is tuned to become a medic. You should go for medicine, you go for medicine, you go for medicine. If that pampering comes, the student is tuned to become a medicine student, automatically their social studies class will become bad, their language will become bad. They are tuned to for this, they will ignore all the other subjects and they become very weak in that. Does it not happen? So generally the tuning should not happen at the 10th class. Up to 10th class they must be ready to accept everything. Every subject should give it equal importance. Maybe after 11th or 12th you can have, if assume somebody is doing MPC all, math is good, physics is good, chemistry is good, that feeling should come. So in school you have got students, in these classes where you are handling, you have got students where they must have all the interest. So I said two things. First thing I said, you must become ambassador of your subject. You must show lot of interest in your subject and you should market your subject. But doesn't mean you degrade other subjects. Just to tell that only I said this much. By telling maths is good, you should never tell physics is bad. Because physics have no survival without mathematics. Chemistry have no survival without mathematics. I started learning geography after getting a job as a scientist. Because without geography, I cannot do my job. After PhD in mathematics, not mathematics, closer to physics, joined as a scientist, I have to read 11th, 12th class geography textbooks to do work. Otherwise, I can't do my job. Therefore, I know geography more than mathematics today. I know latitude, longitude of each place, map number of each place. It's all by heart. I have conducted a geography quiz for university and college teachers in Hyderabad. Quiz competition for geography. That's because I loved geography that well. I found if you know geography, you can learn history. If you know mathematics interest, geography becomes easier for you. A good mathematics student can perform geography much better. I teach in Kannur University Geography Department, I changed the syllabus. They had a geography MA. I said, your syllabus have to be changed. So I added so many new components in that, and I taught all the teachers how to teach that subject. So geography becomes so interesting, and history becomes so interesting for a mathematics student. Because for me, history is only graph with the timeline here, and add every activity there. The whole Indian history is in front of me as a graph. 3200 BC, what happened? No, I take the graph open and then say, okay, Mohenjo-daro, Harappa here. 800 BC, what happened? 500 AD, what happened? All names are there in the graph. So just for mathematics, you enjoy a subject, and then what you do, everything else you make it a branch of this subject. It becomes so good, so interesting. And many things have to be by heart. You have no way. And unless you use it, it does not become by heart. By heart, I mean, it should be in your heart. By heart doesn't mean the normal by heart which normally people do. Actually, what happens to students? They will learn everything. Soon after the exam is over, they will forget everything. Does it not happen? Does it not happen? Write the exam, you give quarterly examination. I will give you this exercise for you. You give a quarterly examination, this subject you are asking. Give a question paper, ask them to write exam, your students. Very good students also. Give them sufficient time, answer is done. Then soon after this, question paper you take your answer sheet back, give the same question paper, ask them to answer again. I have seen people who scored 70% cannot score 30%. Because once they write, gone out of their head. Don't tell them that you are going to do this. Because once they write exam, they clean their brain. That happens to each one of us. If you have to do a job, we learn something. As soon as the job is over, we clean our mind. That education is not useful. Therefore, what should happen? Don't give the information to the brain, give the information to the manas. Don't give information to the buddhi, give it to manas. Manas always have desire. I want, I want, I want. Buddhi have no desire. Assume you give knowledge to the manas, they will always say, I want more, I want more. You give it to buddhi, they will get fed up. So that's why I said, no, they should love, they should like the subject. Then a lot of questions will come. Any subject can be learned very easily, not difficult. But applying it, using it, where it can be used, all these are essential. How do you do that? You must do a lot of homework. Extra work you must do. Where is it being used? Then the class becomes thrilling. I was teaching in engineering college, in Vishwesvaraya College of Engineering in Bangalore. I teach electrical engineering students differential equations. I learn electrical engineering before going to their class. Because I take examples of electrical engineering and take that example to a differential equation and then tell them, oh, this teacher knows electrical engineering, yeah? Then they will look upon you, with much more respect. Attention will become much more better. Assume you only teach maths, that people who are feeling the maths is useless, they will never care you. Because electrical engineering students, electrical engineering is the best subject. Therefore, you tell them in their language. Assume you are a mathematics teacher and you get into the class and you say, see, English is very good, yeah. You must have good communication skill, otherwise you can never become a good engineer. But you should have that, no. You are not a good communicator, you start teaching them, what will happen? It becomes boring. You start feeling boring. Start seeing the watch, 12 o'clock exact, My biological time is much perfect, exactly 12. Now assume you can go to your class and then tell, you tell me any verb, I will tell all the 12 tenses. Can a mathematics teacher tell this? You tell this. The teacher will get much more respect. They will start talking about you in the whole school. Is it not? I take, I am taking, I have taken, I have been taking, I took, I was taking, I had taken, I had been taking, I shall take, I shall be taking, I shall have taken, I shall be taking. All the 12 tenses, given a verb, do, like this. Talk about chemistry in the class, talk about geography in the class, talk about history in the class, by a mathematics teacher, yeah? Spend 5 minutes. What for? The teacher should feel, oh, this is my hero, yeah? That's so wonderful teacher I have now. Assume you teach only mathematics, they will never talk about you. An English teacher talks about only English, they will never talk about you. They will never remember you. The time, you don't have to, at least talk about some general thing, at least 5 minutes you spend. Next 5 minutes, that is required every day, some new information to the students. Not the subjects, something else. That gives you lot of admiration. Once you have admiration, the students will start listening to you perfectly. Then you will never have to beg. Otherwise, all teachers are beggars. All teachers are beggars. Please listen, please listen, please listen. Is there any teacher who don't beg like this? Eh? Every time the teachers, no, please listen, begging only, no, please, please. Why? Because you know that they are not listening to you. Why they are not listening? My son in the LKG, time he used to tell. Education, I have got hang on. It's very naughty for. This always the PT teacher says, don't look here and there. Don't look here and there also. Where should I look? Never tell the students what not to do. Tell them what to do. I go to Ramakrishna Math, we have got large student session. Large means 3,000 students come for the summer session. And Swamiji says, there is only one teacher who controls all the 3,000 students, and that is me. They look upon me for the first session. For last 7 years, the summer, for last 2 years I am absent. Otherwise, the 3,000 students, will never even move, pin drop silence. I never say them, don't make noise. I just say them, make noise. Allow them to play for some time, yeah? They have to settle. They have to settle. Never say them, no, don't look here and there. Please keep quiet, please keep quiet. No, they will never keep quiet. Very easy. You must tell them to clap. The time they clap, everybody is there. No, not like this. When I clap, you should clap. Everybody will look like this. And that attention is there. Then make some tamasha and all that. No, they are all looking upon you. Then start the class, the full class. 3,000 teachers with me. They called me as a chief guest for Tamil Nadu Teachers Day, the secretary. I said, I will not come. I said, why, yeah? We will give you airfare, we will receive you from... No, I am not coming. But for 1 hour. No, I don't want to come to Tamil Nadu just for talking to 1 hour. Can you give me full day class? I said, first time somebody is asking, yeah, you don't want to be a chief guest, you want to take only class. Yes, I want to take class only. If you give me, I will come. Agreed. 10 o'clock it started, up to 12:30, 2.5 hour session. I had 300 posters with me for teachers. Put them all on in the lunch break. Have lunch. 2 o'clock assemble back. 2 to 4 o'clock. Questions and answers on these topics. 3,000 teachers in front of me. That's my largest teacher audience. When I spoke to them, I said, I am not talking to 3,000 teachers. 3,000 into 40. Each one of them have got one class with them. 3,000 into 40. And not 1 year. Each one of them will remember me. I am sure. For next 10 years minimum. That's enough into 10. That many students they are influencing. If all of them, not 20% is enough. It can change. When you talk to your students a general topic, they look upon you, they adore you, they will remember you. And then, never start a class by yourself. Let the students start the class. How do the students start the class? Generally the teachers, because you are continuously teaching, after one class, you generally say, yesterday we spoke like this. Never do a reviewing by yourself. Ask the students to review. How do you make them to review? How do you make them to review? I'll tell you how to. What did I speak so far? Tell me. Yeah, what did I speak so far? I finished 1 hour now. Just 1 hour is over. You tell me what did I speak so far? What did I speak so far now? I spoke 1 hour. Over. My one class is over. Now the next class. I am asking you will tell me what did I speak. So far in 1 hour, what did I convey to you? One sentence you tell me. What did you like in my class? What is the point which I conveyed to you now? I am a bad teacher. Tell me what did I convey to you now? Yeah. Not this last sentence. The 1 hour I spoke, what did I convey to you? That is a normal sentence. What is the one point which gets into your mind? How to be a good teacher? What is the method? A teacher should have knowledge. What is one? What is the next one I said? You should create interest. What is that I said? What are the teaching techniques which I just mentioned? One of them. Discovery. Okay, discovery. What is that I taught? Touch the heart of the student. That is the point which I said. Get the education to the heart but not to the buddhi. What is that I said? What is that I told this 1 hour? What is that I said? Make the subject interesting. That's already said. New point should come. It's not dividing, it's all combined. I should make interest, but it's not to divide and then make interest. They must have equal interest in all. That's what I said. Ask question. So now what did I do? Do this in your class. One day class is over. Next day don't repeat what did you say yesterday. What did you tell yesterday? What you should ask? Randomly ask this question like this. Then you know many points will come and you will realize I wanted to tell this but I did not convey it properly because students got different things. I was supposed to teach this but they did understood something else. Then you can add only that point. If you can spend 5 minutes in your class like this, you know what will happen? Before you enter the class, students will start revising. They will ask the neighbor, what did the teacher speak yesterday? And today when you enter the class, what are they thinking? They talk something else. Is it not? The time you enter the class, everyone will have heartbeat, whether the point will come to me or point will come to you. Everybody is ready, random. Don't make it like this, row wise. Ask random. Every student is prepared now. You have to ask them, you should revise every day, you should revise every day, at home you should read, at home you should read. All useless. Don't ever do that. And tell me, this teaching method nobody taught me. This all came from my own brain. And all my teacher students, I keep telling this, and they are practicing it. And you finish this in 5 minutes. Don't spend more than that. You have 40 minutes class, 5 minutes general, just blah blah. Draw the attention to give them a feeling that you are the greatest person in the world. You know everything in the world. Take some normal election news now. Okay, what happened in Israel? You must also read a newspaper, no? Then only that will happen. Okay, what happened in Israel, Amma? What happened in Israel? Your students also will become like that. The time you talk to them, they will also become, they will start talking to their friends. You know what happened in Israel? Because your class, you must have told something, somebody else must have told something else in the other class. In the interval, they will start fighting. You support Israel and that somebody else support America. You have your own interpretation. And in the lunchtime, they will start fighting on knowledge. Today, what is that they are fighting on? Something else. The whole discussion in the school will become only knowledge. Then the school improves. Then you finish your class. At the end of the class, never stop it when the bell rings. Stop it before 10 minutes. Nothing is going to happen. Whether you accept it or not depends on the administration and the management of this institution. It's my suggestion. What you should do is ask the student the same question. What did I teach you today? The end of the class, ask, what did I tell you now? What did I tell you in this half an hour, 1 hour? Please repeat it. Individually like this. If they can't answer, they feel pity. If they can answer, that if you make this as a practice, they will listen like this, because they will get the question at the end of the day, no? The end of the class, they are going to get this question. So what will happen? Their attention will become, you will never have to beg in the class. You will never have to beg in the class. And if they have a doubt, they start asking questions, because they have to answer at the end, So when is their exam? Every hour at the end of the class. Assume everybody are dumb, they cannot answer, then you resign and go. If I ask questions like this and only 2 could not answer, rest of you answered, that means I am a good teacher. 80% of you could answer what I wanted to convey to you. Yes or no? That means I am good. If 80% of you cannot answer, only 2 people could answer, then I am not fit for this job. Evaluation of yourself happens like this. If half an hour you teach, let it be mathematics, yeah. If the students cannot answer this question random, then you can't. Your job is not this. You do something else. Because a teacher has lot of things to give to this society. You can influence. I used to tell, the other day when I came, I was the chief guest for MBA college, Vidyalaya. I was telling, you have 150 students in front of you. They are all MBA. You are running a factory here, a company here with 150 managers in front of you. Can't you make profit? Your students, you can make anything do. Can't you? You tell them, they will do it. With full thrill they will do it. And how much time you have to spend for teaching? Little bit only. The rest of the time you just enjoy with them. If you teach like this, you have to only teach once. You don't have to repeat it. You don't have to rewrite it. You don't have to retell the story. Nothing is recorded. Only once, because they know the question is going to come. Right now? And after this, never give question paper to them. Ask them to make question papers. They will make question paper and give you. And take question paper from one student, give to another student. Ask them to answer. After 1 week, 1 chapter is over, prepare question paper for this chapter. You know how nice, wonderful questions they will prepare? You can't prepare that questions. If you have 40 students, 40 questions will come. When you prepare, you can prepare only 1 or 2 questions. They will prepare many repetitions could be there, many wrong questions could be there. But exchange all the question paper, ask them to answer. Take the answer sheet, exchange and ask them to evaluate. Teachers have no job, yeah. It's a wonderful place where you can simply keep quiet. The students will become evaluators. When they become evaluator, they will study well. Because they will want to find points which the other fellow have not written. Is it not? When in the smaller class also, you want to check the spellings, give to somebody else. Give the textbook, start comparing. This spelling is there or not. By which they will learn. Most of my learning are through evaluations. I have evaluated MPhil education papers, MEd education papers. Tamil Nadu University, most of the educational institution, MPhil education papers I used to evaluate. Because when I was in university, there are a lot of teachers who don't like evaluating. I read this because whenever I read, I get a lot of new knowledge. I have done all the courses without attending the class. Because answer sheet, if you read, how many times you will read? 40 questions, 40 times you have to read. 40 times reading a textbook, and the essence is in the question and answer. You read everything. Is it not? And that should be the thrill for each of your students. Do this. Then the discussion will come. Interval time, what they will say? You did the mistake, yeah? No, I did not. You tell this spelling was wrong, they will learn. The discussion will happen outside your classroom. Okay? And the whole learning process will become easier. They will have no homework at home. They don't have to study at home, but they will all perform that. And they will start learning sharing. How to share knowledge with somebody else. That's the way they will learn. And that's the best creative way of teaching. I have got 30 points to students and 20 points to parents as a block. Parents and teachers, not parents alone. 30 points to students, 20 points to parents and teachers as exam preparation, how to study with lot of interest. There is a blog in computers. Read that. Many schools print out and then put it on the notice board for students and teachers to do that. Distribute in the parents' meetings. I think I have crossed my limit. 12:20. Huh? You have no problem. But others will have problem. I enjoy talking. I know how suffering is that to listen. Always it's suffering to listen. You have any questions, you can ask. Yeah. Pardon? Actually the expectation from parents are more nowadays. I think the teaching, learning job have to be taken care of by teachers. The parents, you must just allow them to love the kids. That's what is lacking today. I had a 9th class student who came for this student, who 11th class, which I just now said, joint secretary in biotechnology, mother. I just asked the daughter, when did you sleep on your mother's lap last time? No, I don't remember. She don't remember the days when she had with her mother to sleep on the lap. Is she a mother? That's the question. I just started scolding them. As a mother, they don't love. They just tell them, no, study. What is the use? As a mother, the teachers have the worst mothers are teacher mothers. Because they always feel, I am a teacher, my son is not doing well. Yeah? Therefore, their ego is hurt. Does it not happen? Because you become a teacher, it is not your daughter or son's fate. No? You have lot of expectations. The parents should have less expectations on the students to learn. Leave them, just love them. That's what is essential. Just love them. Which one? You must tell the parents. You must tell the parents, study part, we will take care. Guarantee, You tell that I will take care. The other day, I am not talking on air. I have got lakhs and lakhs of students with me. The last day, the 11th class result came just now. 11th class result came last week. Before that, one parent, father, mother, son, daughter. Daughter is doing BSc, son is doing 11th class. The parents both are working. They have complained about the 11th class boy not studying well. I said, what will happen? 11th they will fail? Let him fail now. Let him fail. Nothing is going to happen. But he will pass in 12th class, I said. He will pass in 12th class, 11th, all the back papers he will write, he will get full marks. 90% mark he will get, I guarantee. The father says, I have no confidence, I have no faith. Yeah. Then he will not. First you should have faith. If you have faith, he will get. Yeah. In front of him only, I said. That's what I am trying to say. I am trying to tell you that. I am trying you have faith, then only. If you don't have faith, your son will not study. First mother should have faith. Because you have a biorhythm. The son have got a biorhythm. You think that they fail, they will fail. You think they will pass, they will pass. The time you say that I have confidence in, they will pass. They will think, you know why? And the first thing what I said is, took him. Then he said he did this mischief, that mischief, few mischief was told. Then I said, did you beat him? No. Then I took him, gave 5 beatings, left, right. His thought of full marking should have been there. I beat him left, right. In front of father, mother, sister, and this beta got sufficient beating. I just beat him in front of me in my house. I said, when mischiefs are done, punish. But never punish for not studying. Never punish for not studying. Studying should come with the interest. Interest can never be created by compulsion. Understood? The compulsion will make you non-interested. Therefore, they will never study. You must give faith, tell them and show them. If you study well, you are going to be like this. If you don't study, you are going to be like this. Give examples. I have not studied, that is why I became a clerk. The father can tell this. Nothing wrong. They show examples, then they feel, no, yeah, they should. And give them all, not facilities. No facility is required to study. All that will make them to think different. No? Give them different chances. And this fellow failed in all subjects except one subject, 11th class, last week. Just before that week only they came to me for, and the parent came, called me and said, this is the problem. I said, I know, you all told, they will fail. So they will fail. If you tell they will pass, they will pass. That's all. Is it that simple? Yes, that's simple. Now what is to be done? One year is lost. No, 1 year is not lost. He will pass everything in 1 week, I said. Huh? Yes, open university system is there. Open schooling system is there. You can write an exam. 1 month you can pass. You can join in 12th class in the same school. Huh? Open school is there. Huh? Improvements, once you fail in 2 subjects, you have to sit in the same class. More than 2 subjects. You have to be retained in the same class. If you fail in 1, 2, you can improve or compartment write and then join in the same class. But if you fail in more than 2 subjects, then you have to be detained in the same class. But you can always skip that, go to open university and then join. You must give confidence, no, your 1 year is going to be saved. But you decide now you are studying. You can change. But somebody has to make them know that the teachers have to tell. And parents should give them motivation. And how many parents will really spend time in, I have different class for parents in which, I tell them, there was a maths MSc fellow, whose son is in 9th class, he complains this son doesn't know anything. Mathematics is useless. I said, fine, very good. Now as a parent, you tell me, which are the chapters your son has to study in maths? No, tell ya. Why tell ya? You should tell. No, you are an MSc mathematics. You should know which are the chapter heading at least to tell me. No, that how do I know? How do you know? You don't know what is to be studied and you want them to study. Why can't you at least know what is that they have to study? Play a creative role instead of complaining. You can complain only when you have authority. No? How do you say your son is not studying when you don't study? Huh? Is it possible? No. These are the problems with parents. They don't read newspaper. They want their son to read newspaper. Is it not? They don't have a good eating practice. They want son to have a good eating practice. Recently I have written an article on how the eating practice becomes a hereditary problem. You know what is the best diet to be fed. But your son likes noodles. Therefore what you do? You cook noodles for them. And you eat the best food. Is it not? What is that you are giving them? The junk food. And you eat the best food. Why can't you force them? And how do you force them? Not by cooking. The best way is don't feed, with lot of compulsion also. I am not going to prepare it because I don't want to feed you poison. 10 times you tell this, 11th time he will get adjusted. If you don't feed, will they have a taste in that? And you have fed them because you are in a hurry to go to school. Somehow 2 minutes you give it. Easiest way to feed them. Therefore you made the bad practices. So the parents never guide them, never compel them, never give tension studies to them. I think most of the time if the parents are loving them, the parents take care of them, they have a protection feeling. Yeah, that is what the teachers are supposed to counsel. I have sessions on teachers, how they can become counselors. Okay? When you teach this to the parents, they take this message. Assume the parents start loving their kids, they will do anything for parents. Assume the parents don't like the kids, they will just go opposite to their parents. You know how many parents are scared to come to school and meet the teachers? Most of the parents are scared. They don't want to come to the... Eh? Peer pressure is very less. Peer pressure is very less. The competition is there. That's not pressure. The peer pressure, they are not worried. You ask a 10th class student, if they start failing 3 times, the 4th time failing is not problem for them. It becomes so casual for them. Example is me, ma. I myself is an example, I'll tell you. First time failure will become a problem for you. Second time, third time failure becomes so casual for me. I don't take care. How does it matter? I am failing. How does it matter? I don't care. There are so many students who say, no, I don't care. His 11th class, when failed everything, he has no problem. Yeah, that is why all that have to be controlled by the group. If you give this education in the class, when their circle, they become good. For example, when you take a noodles, boil it in water and then show the water in the classroom. You will see the what? What is that? Not starch. Not starch. They give a coating over that, wax coating, to protect these noodles. Not eaten by any other flies, ants. Okay, if you have a nice coating of wax, ants will not eat that. Okay, so this nice wax coating is to protect it for seasons. And what is that you are eating? Same wax coating. Just boil it in water and show that in the classroom. Teachers, when they convince, they will, oh, this is correct. Tomorrow onwards, they will go home and say that no noodles at home. Then what mothers and fathers will say, anyway we have purchased, no, let us finish it, then tomorrow onwards we will not buy. Because they are so conjuice, yeah. But students, the kids, they will throw it because they are not conjuice. Most of the habits are because we are conjuice. We train them to be like that. So the students, once you teach them, they will take the lesson home. So the school, it's not just teaching. What I said is, every such lesson should go from the classroom. A student who is trained not to behave bad in outside classrooms, they will behave well in schools also. Where do you teach them? I have gone to many schools. When I speak to students, the teachers are talking each other. I have seen. If such schools, do you think the students will improve? They are seeing this group of people. No? And what is that they are talking? What happened in their house yesterday night? Who bet? How many beatings I got? How many beatings I gave? All these discussions keep happening. Whenever get the 2 minutes, they are then discussing. There is no discipline. Once you teach this discipline, I have seen one, Trichure, Amrita Vidyalaya. I don't forget such schools. I had sessions where power went off. Kerala, you know that when the power went off, everybody is sweating. I have seen the kids, the sweating their cheeks, and they don't even move the hand to just wipe it. They don't even move even to wipe out. It's sweating and it's coming. From the eyelids, the sweat is falling down. Don't even move. Such a discipline. When they walk, the principal and myself was walking, the students, good morning, man. So disciplined. I went to one of the school in Hyderabad. The 3rd floor. It's only one flat. 3rd floor, the open hall was there. And I stepped the steps, 1 foot I put. Both sides students were waiting. One leg, one clap by the students. Second step, these 4 students clapped. When I put 3rd one, 6 students clapped. And the tree, the top, was shivering with thrill. 80, 90 students, 90 steps were there. And 90 students, 90 plus 90, 180 students clapping. With one rhythm. Discipline. It's not the facility which you make you do. And they, the students, when they go out, they had such a thrilling experience in their life, they will take this message in their life, whole life, They will find something innovative to do in their life. They will talk about this. And one teacher, 2 teachers are enough. They can make a lot of change. But others have to cooperate. Right now? In one person is enough to put the shirt on me, but I must cooperate now. If I don't move my hand, put the shirt means nothing will happen. So that flexibility is there. I think things can change. It can change. Once you take such message, it can be creative thinking, it can be working activities, it can be on habits, it can be on value. I tell you, in your own school, you identify who is the best student in your class. Tell me. Why? Answers well. That is not best. You must have something else to evaluate. Answering is just learning. Learning is not the character analysis. Value. Identify the value. How do you evaluate value? Compassion, love, whether they share things with others. No? The day I have taken food, my friend has not taken food, do I share? Do I have such love? Sharing. Do I help somebody else? Have they got leadership? Have they got discipline in the class? No, I don't. Last time when I took the class here, I just asked them to arrange the chair. You were there? Anyone who were there in the last class? Last week, 1 month back I had. So I asked them to arrange the chair. You want to do that for you now? Do an exercise just now? Okay, I'll just do that. Okay. Make three chairs here with a gap in the middle. Arrange it into one. Three chairs, and then a gap in the middle. And occupy the chairs. Three chairs, one at the back, and occupy the chairs. Done? Now you answer me, how many of you lifted chairs in this hall? How many of you did not lift a chair? You did not lift a chair. Eh?
I lifted.
How many of you lifted chairs and how many of you did not lift? You didn't lift a chair. Why? Because somebody else is doing, you just kept watching. I saw her asking somebody, pull the chair here, but she don't want to pull it. You are a good manager, but not a good worker. And she sat first. She did not see whether others have sat or not. She don't care now. Whether others are sitting or not, I don't mind. I will sit. You understood? This exercise is just to evaluate your mentality. It can be done in half an hour, keeping few people on watching. I cannot watch all of you, but I just give few examples. No exceptions. Don't think I am trying to criticize you. This habit of helping is there. You will never sit unless others sit. And you will never direct somebody else. You will keep the chair. There were two chairs and one chair was not there. You were asking somebody else to keep it. You will run and take the chair and keep it there. Don't argue. I am not trying to argue with you also. Understood? No, it is because I am not trying to find fault with you. You never been trained to do that. Your family would have been like that. Always pampered, and never asked something else to do. We do this exercise of identifying leaders, identifying character, identifying how do you behave in a group, how do you share. You ask the students to do it in the class, they will share much better. That character we have, but after some time what happened, we lost that character. So learning, evaluating students is not in whether there are a lot of good students, they don't study well, but they have a lot of good characters in them. Tell them, that you are good. Maybe a bad student will have one good character, just pamper them. They will start loving you. Then onwards they will study well. Is it not? When the parents keep on telling you are not good, they will not study. The time you say that you have a bad habit, keep on telling about the bad habit, they will stop studying. So never. not to hurt anyone. Okay? Very good. Kids have to be naughty because you cannot be naughty at this age. When they become old, they can be not uncontrollable, because I think we have been trying to tell them don't do, instead of ask them to do something else. No, you give them good assignments, See, for example, I'll tell you, when I go and sit in my temple, in Delhi I have got a Mayur Vihar temple, when I sit there, 20 students will be around me, kids, who come for dance class, who come for music class. As soon as that is over, they will be around me. You know why? I'll just take this and then give a card. And guess how many cards are there in this? Guess how many cards are there? And it's a count, Then they keep counting. Then you know what they will do? They will start sharing. They will say, share how many? Half an hour, they will engage themselves. Only thing you have to introduce one game to them. They will disturb? They will never disturb. I am not even a single student disturbing. They are creative. That's why they are disturbing. They are discovery learners. Therefore, they don't want your stories. They want points straight, nothing else. Once the point is got, then you are useless to them. They don't want to listen to the teachers. They are better than the other students. That is why not studying is because they have not been put in the same track. You are putting all of them in same canal. They like to draw in different styles. So change the style of teaching, understand what is that they require to learn, spend more time with them, understand them outside the classroom. No, what I said is, I am not answering you, I am answering to all of them. When the question comes, the answer is for you, answer is for all of them. Okay. So what is to be done is, even at home, see, recently when one parent came to me telling that my son has dyslexia. I said, how do you know this? No, he is not even writing properly. Everything is like, jungle. Because the movie comes now, then finished, everybody has dyslexia now. And I said, what is the problem? He is not at all listening to me. I said, not listening? That's the problem. Go to an ENT specialist, I just jokingly said this, and the kid was taken to ENT hospital. It was full wax. And you know what happened? Not studying properly, not writing properly, every complaint was there. Just happened 6 months back. Now the parent comes back and says, no, you have saved my child's life. Dyslexia, if you take a hospital psychologist, they will treat for dyslexia because he knows only dyslexia. I am not a doctor. I am a generalist. I am not a specialist. Therefore, what happens? I treat them, just jokingly it came. Just show to an ENT specialist. I was just feeling upset about this movie, how it has created problems. The kids have got 101 problems with them. They are sitting with a lot of problems with them. They are not even comfortable. Sometimes sitting in the way you are asking, they are not comfortable. Do they have a freedom to sit in whatever style they want? You allow them to sit